If you're ticking boxes, you might end up less than happy. Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylla, and today I'll tell you the problem with ticking boxes to be happy. A while ago, I had a client who seemed to have it all in life. She was very happily married, had 2 great kids who at the time were, I believe, at university. And some years earlier, she had started working again and been very successful there as well, had been promoted to manager. The family owned their own house in a beautiful place. Outwardly, her life was perfect. And she said to me that she used to feel very guilty about not being happier. And she wondered, why, oh why do I feel meh so much of the time? It took her until her 50th birthday to finally ignore that nagging voice inside her that told her she was being ridiculous and seek out coaching, and that's how she came to me. Now, spoiler alert, we did get to the bottom of it and to the root of the problem, and these days she's absolutely radiant. It turned out that her issue was a very common misconception, and that is the subject of today's video. So your mission today is to learn the problem with ticking boxes in order to be happy. Task number 1 is the problem with ticking boxes. Now, depending on your situation, the problem might look a little different. It is, like everything else in life, fairly individual. However, most of these issues tend to fall into 2 main categories. And I'm going to list those 2 categories, and you can see if you fit into one of them and where you fit in. So the first one is called, whose boxes are you ticking? Just like my client, you might be ticking the boxes that you feel are required in our society. And by the way, that doesn't make you a weak pushover or anything. It's normal and human. All humans have this tendency to want to go with their tribe, with their group, with their environment. This is a survival instinct that we have. And so we tend to go for the things that people do in our society, like get an education, get a good job, get married, have children, things like that, right? And there's also nothing wrong with this. If this is what makes you happy, go for it. The issue with this, a potential issue with this, is that it might not be your boxes that you're ticking. It might not be your path. And the second is you're forgetting the most important factor. You might be so busy ticking all these boxes that you're forgetting to enjoy yourself along the way. I wish I could tell you how many of my clients come to me and have no idea what their passion actually is, or whether they have a passion. And that's not because they don't have one, it's because they spent all their lives striving for ticking those boxes, right? And striving for success and pleasing everybody else, being there for their children, their husband, their boss, doing what everybody else wanted from them, that they have fallen completely out of the habit of asking themselves, what do I want? What do I enjoy? What do I love? And they didn't actually know anymore. And so a lot of people come to me with that problem. Thankfully, it's a problem that can be solved. But that is also one of the big issues with being busy ticking off boxes and looking for happiness that way. Task number 2 is called course correct. Well, before I say anything else, here's a little disclaimer. I am not asking you to diss your life choices. You've done nothing wrong. You've not gone the wrong way. So don't panic now. If you feel meh a lot of the time, what it usually takes to get rid of that feeling is just a small course correction. And those course corrections, again, are individual and again come in 2 main categories. So today everything seems to go in 2s, right? 2 tasks and each with 2 categories. How's that for symmetry, huh? So the 2 main points where you can start course correcting are, number 1, the first, that is the obvious one. Find your passion or multiple passions and make them a priority. I know I keep harping on about this, but there's a reason. Your passion is yours. It's yours alone. It doesn't depend on anybody else, on your partner, on your job, on your boss, on your children, on anything in your life. It's yours alone. Now, the other people in your life are very important, but you also need to have a strong core and a strong sense of self. And a passion that is really yours alone is a large part of this and really helps facilitate this sense of self, apart from the fact it just gives you a lot of happiness. So that was the first one. And the second point is that prioritizing your passion tends to lead you towards your purpose. Now, I'm not going to go into detail there. I've talked a lot about it, how the purpose is not the same thing as the passion. It's more like the why behind why your passion is your passion. But purpose and passion kind of live in the same postcode or in the same vibration, which is why prioritizing your passion tends to put you on the right path towards your purpose. And once you've identified your purpose, and by the way, if you would like any support with this or turbocharge it and get it all done in the next 6 months, then talk to me. This is what I do in my program, The Magic of Purpose. Once you have identified this purpose, you can then proceed to align your entire life towards it, to align your life with that purpose, like every single area of your life. And once all of this is going in the same direction, you will be filled with this sense of being in the right place with the sense of purpose, which is, and by the way, the sense of purpose is exactly what's missing from a life that consists of ticking boxes. This is why this makes such a huge difference. And this feeling of being in the right place, this feeling of fulfilling your life purpose leads to an entirely new level of contentedness and, yes, happiness as well. That brings me to task number 3, which is, as usual, let me know. Leave a comment below the video and tell me where you stand on this. Are you aware of your purpose? Do you prioritize your passions? Do you feel you've had a life of ticking boxes so far, or is that something you've resisted always? I will not judge anything. Again, this is not to diss any kind of life. It's just to make sure that there's a balance between the things that you want to do, the boxes that you want to tick, that you want to achieve, and the things that actually make you happy, and that all of this works together really well. So leave me a comment. I'll reply to every comment, I promise. If you would like some more, you could consider joining the community of Wild Spirits by going to wildspiritscoaching.com and filling in that little form there. You'll get 1 email per week, 100% spam-free, with a lot of additional information and articles and recommendations of books and other resources. And sometimes you get exclusive offers that are only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up, or you can Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to the website as well. Thanks for watching.